Hello everyone, you are watching Learn Easy with us. We provide educational and training videos every day. To stay updated with our latest content, please click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. Please share your valuable feedback in the comments below after watching the video. Without any delay, let's get started. Ready? Let's dive into today's topic.
All right, in this lesson, we're going to learn about a new operator. So similar to the other mathematical operators and the conditional operators, an operator is just a symbol in programming that has a specific function. So what is the modulo operator? Well, it looks a bit like a percentage sign, but it's not just a percentage sign. Instead, it goes in between two numbers, so hence a binary operator, and it works out what is the remainder after the division. So 10 divided by 5 is equal to 2, and this division is clean because 5 goes into 10 two times and there's no remainder. So therefore 10 modulo 5, if we were to print this out, would give us the result of 0, no remainder in this division. So here's a challenge for you. What is 10 modulo 3? If 10 divided by 3 is 3.33333 recurring, because 10 does not divide cleanly into 3, what do you think would be the result of 10 modulo 3 on a computer? Pause and have a think about it. Okay, so let's go through the solution together. If 10 divided by 3 is equal to 3 with some decimal places, that means 10 does not divide cleanly into 3. 10 divided by 3 is equal to 3 with 1 as the remainder. So that means 10 modulo 3 is going to equal to 1 because all that the modulo does is it performs a division and then gives us how many is remaining after that division. So armed with that knowledge, you are now ready to tackle another coding challenge. And in this coding challenge, I want you to write some code to check whether the number inserted in the input area, so typed by a user, is odd or even. So you'll need to get hold of what they type in the input area, you'll need to convert it into an integer number, and then you'll need to use an if statement to check and see if you were to modulo that number, is it going to have a remainder? And remember that even numbers, when you use the modulo, so for example, let's take an even number, 12. If you use the modulo and you divide that number by 2, it's always going to be equal to 0 because any even number divided by 2 should divide cleanly. So if it divides cleanly with no remainder, then it is an even number. So have a think about this and see if you can complete this challenge. And then later on in a minute, we will pause the video and then I will come back and explain the solution together. So give it a go now. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is to get hold of an input. Now, it doesn't matter what you ask. You could say, what is the number you want to check? And this is going to come out onto here. And then once the user types a number, that number needs to be stored and converted into an integer. So let's do the type conversion first, and then let's create a variable called number to check and set it equal to this right-hand side. So let's just confirm that that worked. Let's go ahead and hit run, type in a number, and it gets printed. So that's all working as expected. Now, the next thing we need to do is to actually check the number. So if we print the number to check modulo 2 to check if it's even, then we can try this out with some different inputs. So let's try 12. Modulo is 0. Now, what if we try a odd number? Let's try 3. Then we get modulo gives us an output of 1. So 3 modulo 2 has a remainder of 1, which means it's not even because it does not cleanly divide into 2. Let's try another odd number, 19. So you can see from this experiment or your knowledge of maths, whatever we take and we modulo it by 2, if it's equal to 0, if this result is equal to 0, then that means that this number is an even number. So instead of printing this, we can use an if statement. If number to check modulo 2 is equal to 0, colon. Now on a indented line of code, we can say print, well, this is obviously going to be an even number. And otherwise, so else, then we can print that this is a odd number. So let's just add one space here so that when I run this, my cursor just has one space beyond the question mark. Let's check some numbers. 45 is odd, which is true. 34 should be even. So this is reasonably simple, but it's also quite hard because it uses two things that you've learned and it combines them together. So hopefully you managed to get this to work and you managed to write the code yourself. If not, head back to your code and fix it so that it works after you have seen the solution. There's no shame in seeing the solution. It's all a part of the learning process. Don't worry if you didn't get it first time. There's a lot of things that I didn't get first time as well. But the important thing is you write down notes and you understand what is explained in the lessons so that you're ready to tackle the next challenge.
Thanks for watching the video till the end. Please leave your thoughts below so we can discuss more about the topic. If you'd like to suggest a video that could help the community, feel free to message me on X or Instagram. We also share short videos on Instagram, so make sure to follow us there. Feel free to reach out. We'd love to hear from you, and might even create a video based on your suggestion.